Hi, friends, and welcome back to another pour at Blind Art Studios. So, today I am going to be using lots of metallics, and I'm going to be using a larger canvas. It's a 24-inch by 30-inch canvas. I'm going to be using Mars Black by Liquitex Basics, Amethyst by Deco Art. I'm using Payne's Gray by Liquitex Basics. I'm going to be using 24 karat gold by Deco Art. I'm going to be using Phthalo Green Light by Golden. I'm going to be using Indian Hue by Arteza. I'm using Greenish Blue by Amsterdam. And I'm utilizing Copper by Deco Art. I'm also going to be utilizing Pearl by Deco Art with a little bit of Titanium White by Liquitex Basics. And then I'm utilizing my favorite, which is Phthalo Blue by Liquitex Basics. By mistake, I put some Payne's Gray in there, so it's gonna may look a little different. I'm also using Garnet, which is a metallic by Deco Art, and I utilize a paint grenade, and I also dirty poured my paints into the cups. So here's the paint grenade. So I love this technique because it will always give you a fantastic composition. The other thing is I love playing with the cup because the suction that has, you're kind of pulling away from the canvas and the paint is pulling towards the canvas. So it's I don't know, it feels nice when you're doing it. Plus you're also creating some amazing sort of features for this composition. So now I decided not to use a flow extender because there's way enough paint. So I don't need to do a flow extender. But I am going to be unfortunately losing some of the composition because the paint will run over itself. But because I have plenty of paint and there's so many beautiful elements in this composition, this really won't make a difference in the overall aesthetic of the piece. So now I will tilt it. So basically, like I said earlier in earlier videos, I just go from one side to the other, one side to the other, and then just to stretch out the composition first to see what I have, and then once I more or less know what I have, then I can figure out what I can stand to lose and what I really want to keep on the canvas, and then tilt accordingly. So here I decided that I want to keep this gold band in the middle, so tilting first to the blue side, and then immediately I'm tilting to the and tilting clockwise, so that as I do tilt clockwise, then I also turn my composition a little bit, so it gives it a little bit more movement. I don't know if you are able to tell that, but yeah. So now this is the tilting took a lot longer than what I'm showing you here in the video, but I did speed it up so that to not have the videos be super long, so that you're not bored. And I started doing the videos because I listened to Mina Villegas, who mentioned that if you're doing these pouring techniques, it makes such a huge difference if you videotape yourself doing it, because then you can watch it back and then you can, see where you went wrong. You can see also where you went right. And it does make you a better artist. So give it a try. I think you'll really appreciate the difference. Let me take you in for a close up of this piece. You'll note there are just so many different color gradients. There's so much blending, and that's due to the fact that we did a dirty pour. And the overall composition or the beauty of this composition is due to this paint grenade. So if you're just starting out and want to produce a beautiful piece, definitely try the paint grenade because it's the easiest technique, I think, to be able to achieve a great piece so that you can, put it up and you can see why it is that you're doing what you're doing, right? Yeah, so you'll see that we have some beautiful cells. This gold is just amazing. The copper next to the amethyst just does some really interesting things. This is so beautiful. Look at this gold next to the turquoise, and then next to the copper. It's just gorgeous. Look at the lines, the cells. It is fantastic. So this is the piece as it is dried. So even after it dried, you can see that the colors stay pretty true to the pour. So the colors that we saw when it was wet are the same colors that we're seeing here. So the paints work really well. The Deco Art are fantastic paints. They're also not expensive. I mean, there's sort of like a tier two in terms of expensiveness. So yeah, so definitely recommend that paint grenade and these paints as well. So here we have golden, we have deco art, we have artesa. So yeah, so those paints are really fantastic. Now in here we also have the that dark green is actually a master's touch, which is a less expensive paint, but it's still dry fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.